How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to do a pretty much like a real quick video on some maintenance basically on your Birkenstock sandals. It's not going to be like as far as the uppers itself, like the leather or the suede or nubuck or anything like that, and how to keep them clean and everything like that. I may do that down the road in another video. This one is strictly just on the actual cork footbed itself, and I just kind of wanted to do something to help people out if you're new to Birkenstocks and you're not real sure on how to take care of them properly to get the most out of your money, because of course Birkenstock footwear are very expensive. So basically, I just wanted to show, I see a lot of people sometimes out in public, and they may have a pair of Birkenstocks on, and look like they're probably not that old by the uppers and everything. They look fairly new, but the cork is, just deteriorated and flat, and you could tell they weren't they're not doing what I'm gonna tell you to do. And it's just one real quick, easy, cheap thing to do. You don't have to do it all the time. It depends on how much you wear them. Maybe 3 months, maybe longer. It just all depends. And what it is adding cork life sealant. It's just for the cork itself, not the inside, but just the outside. That basically is what keeps the cork from falling apart and deteriorating and getting chunks missing, which I'll show you in this example here. Basically, this is a pair of Milanos, and as you can see, well, now it's protected, but at the time it wasn't, and you can see how there is a chunk of cork missing in the front here. Obviously you do not want that. And also in the back here too, there you can see a little bit where it started to want to chunk and part, or basically parts of the cork to fall apart. So basically, if you ever get a brand new pair of Birkenstocks and the cork's all shiny, that's what you want to do all the time. Is if you start to see the cork get dull, then just apply one thin coat. If you want to do two, you can. It's not going to hurt it. Me, normally I just do about one coat, and that's usually good enough. And as you can see how dull these ones are, they're actually they're ready for a thin coat, and I can show you where they're starting to break here, somewhere right there, I think it is. See how you can see a little bit of the cork starting to crack right there. That is not completely ruined. All you gotta do is just put that thin layer on, and it will basically, it's like a glue almost, and it basically attaches everything back together. So these are not ruined at all, by no means. Obviously, if they were to be worn a lot more and not addressed, then yes, then it would start to eventually crack and chunks falling apart. That's something you definitely do not want to happen. The other thing you can do once you apply a coat of the cork life is if you want to keep from the suede inside from maybe peeling off of the actual footbed itself, you could actually put a tiny bit like right on the edges here, right on the top. You can do that all the way around if you want, and on as many of the edges as you possibly can. Of course, you don't want to go on the inside here, just on the very edge of it where the seam is, and what that would actually do is kind of keep that glued together to itself. And of course, everything will dry clear after about 15-20 minutes or so. Basically, I would wait like a half an hour before you actually wear them, because they will be tacky. It'll still probably be tacky even after that long, but at least you can wear them, and it should be okay. Or best thing is just leave them set overnight or something, and then you'll be fine. But yeah, so that's basically all you have to do to keep your sandals from cracking and breaking and falling apart, like you see other people's or other pictures where there's barely nothing left. Of course, all you do that is add that cork sealant. It doesn't have to be Birkenstock brand. It can be Kelly's or any other brand or anything. But just apply a coat around just the cork edges, and it's like a glue that keeps all the cork together from breaking apart. Of course, the only other thing that wears down is the footbed here, which of course is replaceable. So even if you get them worn down so much, you know, up to a point, you know, you can see it's starting to get thinner, which it'll take a while for that to get, you know, any worse. Well, at least for me, you know, but basically just, you know, if it gets down too far, then of course you want to put a piece of tape's on there. I don't know how that happened. But anyways, you don't, basically once it gets down so far, before, you don't want it to get to the actual footbed itself, but then you go ahead and get them resoled and everything, and then, you know, of course they'll last you forever as long as you keep, you know, resoling these. Once they get worn down to, you know, that point, you know, then resole them, and just keep adding your cork foot or your cork sealant around there, and the cork will last for a very long time. And of course, you know, just do your uppers and like clean them, like, you know, depending on which type, if you have leather or suede or anything, which of course I may, like I said, I may do that in another video. But other than that, you know, that's how you keep your Birkenstocks to last a very long time, and you'll get 20 or maybe more years out of them versus, you know, if you don't add the sealant to them, it may only last you 5 years, you know, and they will fall apart and completely get ruined. So anyways, hope it helped you out, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Thanks for watching.